And our future will be bigger, better, brighter, bolder, and more glorious than ever before.
President Donald Trump delivering his State of the Union address saying America's economy is back. I'm Robin Marsh. The biggest takeaways and what it means for Oklahomans, it's ahead this morning.
4 Oklahoma City teenagers are taken into custody accused of stabbing a man in the neck in downtown Oklahoma City. I'm Lacey Lowry. Coming up, what police say unfolded overnight.
And taking a live look in Norman after a shooting sends 2 people to the hospital. I'm Colby Thielen. We're going to have a live report from the scene. An update to this breaking news ahead.
Live from downtown Oklahoma City, Oklahoma's own News 9 starts now.
Good Wednesday morning. Thanks for joining us. We're going to have a live report on that shooting scene shortly here. But first, we got to check in with Lacey Swope. She's in the Bob Mills Weather Center. So we got to talk about yesterday's wildfires and what's coming next.
We knew yesterday was going to kind of be a doozy of a day, and it was.
The wind was so loud yesterday. It seems calmer today, or is that just me, Lace? What do you think?
Well, you're calmer for sure. I can feel that. The aura is a little calmer. The winds are definitely lighter this morning, guys. We've guessed 40, 45 miles per hour. We had a few big fires, but really in the grand scheme of things, it was a quiet day. We'll show you more from our storm trackers who were out on those fires yesterday coming up. This morning, winds are much more tranquil, and today they will be fairly light. We're tracking a weak cold front that's making its way in. We'll have a few shower chances tonight and tomorrow morning, especially in northern Oklahoma. Then a few drizzle opportunities heading into your weekend, especially Sunday. Next week, rounds of rain and thunderstorms, maybe severe weather, and guys, a couple inches of rain will be possible. It's a good pattern to be in, but right now still dry, and we're approaching records as we head through the next few days. That's how warm we will be. It's February. We should be in the 50s for highs. We're starting near there in the morning, so you know we're in for a warm day. Gorgeous on our Lucky Star Sky Cam network. Temperatures have fallen into the mid-30s in the far northwest. Now, as this front rolls through, it is giving us a north wind, slightly cooler temperatures. Winds are like 5 to 15 miles per hour. And as you're planning out your Wednesday, make plans to get outdoors. I'm telling you, it's going to feel amazing today. Weak winds, sunshine, and mid-70s for highs. Absolutely beautiful. Upper 70s down in southern Oklahoma, and maybe a few 80s to the south. Now, that is warm. For some folks, that's just too warm for winter time, but it's not feeling anything like winter. We'll talk about that coming up. February is ending feeling exactly like May. A cold front this weekend does bring in March-like temperatures and waves of rain and storms. We'll time it out and how much rain we're expecting coming up.
Lacey, thank you. We're following some breaking news right now. We know 2 people were rushed to the hospital after a shooting down in Norman.
Yeah, it happened early this morning about 3 a.m. Let's get out to the scene live. There's our Kylie Dedman. She is near Main and 48th Avenue Northwest in Norman. Kylie, it still looks like an active scene there behind you.
Yeah, Robin, it is. We've have seen more detectives and police here on scene. They're kind of in the back corner over there, just on the other side. Now, this is on Harvard and Ford Drive, and you can see that it is blocked off. Now, we have seen at least 22 evidence markers. We have seen some on the driveway, and then we've also seen a few here on the street as well. We're zooming in, but yes, we have seen at least 22 evidence markers here. And again, this is on Harvard and Fort Drive, just right off of Main Street here in Norman. Now, at least 2 people have been taken to the hospital. Their injuries and condition are unknown at this time. I have reached out to Norman Police to get more information, so I am waiting to hear back. But I also want to show you this right here. This is on the other side of the street, just across from where this area is blocked off, another bullet hole casing right here through this truck. Now, we have seen police come over here and take pictures, so this is part of the investigation, but this is across the street from where everything is blocked off. So at least 22 evidence markers in this area on the street, and then this bullet hole right here in this truck. So a lot of information that we're still working to learn exactly on how this shooting happened, why it happened, and then of course the conditions and the injuries of the at least 2 people that were taken to the hospital. So stay with News 9 as more information becomes available. Reporting live here in Norman, Kylie Dedman, Oklahoma's own News 9.
Kylie, thank you. An Oklahoma City man is rushed to the hospital after police say 4 teenagers attacked and stabbed him in downtown. Officers say it all unfolded outside the Embark Transit Center near 4th and Hudson just after midnight. Police say they found the man stabbed in the neck. They believe he's homeless. Officers say they took the teenagers into custody about 2 blocks away.
A short time ago, we were a dead country. Now we are the hottest country anywhere in the world, the hottest.
Leader Schumer, what did you think of the speech, sir?
I thought it was a state of delusion.
President Donald Trump's State of the Union address last night really highlighting the political divide between Republicans and Democrats.
The president set a new record with the State of the Union speech. He spent an hour and 48 minutes touting his accomplishments.
Natalie Brand shows us how the night unfolded on Capitol Hill.
The President of the United States.
President Trump delivered the longest State of the Union address of the modern era, touting what he called a turnaround for the ages. He defended his record on the economy and immigration 1 year into his second term.
Our border is secure. Inflation is plummeting. Incomes are rising fast. The roaring economy is roaring like never before.
The president also addressed rising tensions with Iran.
My preference is to solve this problem through diplomacy. But one thing is certain, I will never allow the world's #1 sponsor of terror, which they are by far, to have a nuclear weapon.
The Olympic gold medal winning U.S. men's hockey team was among the special guests highlighted last night. The lighthearted moment brought rare bipartisan unity during a speech that put political divides on full display.
These people are crazy.
Reactions were also split.
It was a great review of the extraordinary work we've done.
I thought it was a state of delusion.
The State of the Union comes as President Trump is facing dwindling job approval numbers in a pivotal midterm election year. With the latest CBS News poll showing the president's approval rating at 40%, Democrats are now trying to sway voters their way. Some spoke at an alternative rally outside the Capitol.
In November, are you ready to throw the bums out?
In her official response, Virginia Governor Abigail Spanberger hit the president on his immigration crackdown and the cost of living.
Is the president working to make life more affordable for you and your family? We all know the answer is no.
President Trump is set to take his economic message to Texas later this week ahead of key primaries in the Lone Star State. Natalie Brand, CBS News, Capitol Hill.
A notable moment, Texas Democratic Representative Al Green was escorted out of the chamber early on during the president's address. He was holding up a sign that read, "Black people aren't apes." It references a now deleted video shared by President Trump depicting former President Barack Obama and former First Lady Michelle Obama as apes.
And during the address, a tender moment as the president also praised a U.S. Coast Guard swimmer who helped save 165 lives at last summer's deadly flooding at Camp Mystic in Texas. There is the officer, and next to him, the little girl that he saved. The president gave Petty Officer Scott Ruskin the Legion of Merit for extraordinary heroism.
It was Scott's first ever rescue mission, young guy, but very brave, very, very top, always top in his class, and he lifted not just Billy Kate, but 164 others to safety.
That was definitely a tender moment. Last night was also the first time, there you see Ruskin was reunited with the 11-year-old girl that he rescued. It was a definite tender moment in the chamber.
Oklahoma's delegation was in that chamber watching the president speak, and our Washington Bureau Chief Alex Cameron caught up with U.S. Senator James Lankford after the address. He says the president covered all of the issues that Oklahomans care most about.
We spent the first half talking through, I think, the Americans and the kitchen table issues there, crime, economy, where are we going as a country, starting more jobs, having more opportunities, the tax cut changes that are really affecting a lot of Oklahomans. And then towards the end, spent a lot of time talking about international issues, including Iran. I think he needed to spend a little more time talking about the issues with Iran since we have such a military buildup there, to explain to the American people this is why this is such a big issue, and he spent the time doing that.
Alex also talked with other members of the Oklahoma delegation about the speech. He'll join us live at 6:30 with their reaction.
All right, your time, 10 after 5. Let's get back over to Lacey Swope in the Bob Mills Weather Center. Lace, how's Wednesday shaping up?
Warm, guys. We're starting off with temperatures close to our average high for this time of year. We're in the mid-upper 40s. as you head out. So typically we're in the 20s, the low 30s. In February, no, not the case. Highs today will be in the 70s and 80s and lighter winds. And we are dry. We are needing moisture, guys. We have rounds of rain on the way next week, showing you what future view could look like, future next gen. Those would be thunderstorms. Some of the storms next week could be severe. Looks like some great rains. We'll detail it for you coming up.
And still ahead, cedar trees have been a long-time problem fueling Oklahoma wildfires. Coming up, the new technology hoping to get rid of them and give some relief. We're talking about drone usage. It's next.
Welcome back. It is 5:13 on our, is it Wednesday?
It's Wednesday.
I'm just checking in.
Breaking news, it's Wednesday.
Okay, we'll take it any way we can get it. It's not a windy Wednesday, at least not as bad as yesterday.
Nothing like yesterday. 40, 45 mile an hour winds. It was so dusty yesterday. Yes. It was hazy. And then, of course, many folks.
That's why Colby's sneezing this morning,
That's
right?
Oh, you heard that?
We try so hard.
They showed the video of the cedar trees, and I was like, I'm going to sneeze again.
Just looking at them.
They're terrible. They are awful.
It's awful.
We were looking at you. It was about to come out of his ears. He was trying to hold a sneeze in so bad earlier. Right now, allergens are a big problem because of the winds. Today, the winds are much lighter, guys, and it's going to be absolutely beautiful to get outside. Take your meds. Take your meds, okay?
There we go.
We'll
Wait,
be good to go.
Okay.
All of them.
Got them.
Load them up, okay? We want you to be healthy today. Good to go. We were talking warm temperatures. Now, we're not breaking record highs, but we're closer to records than average. Average highs are in the 50s this time of year, and we're forecasting mid-upper 70s most days. Tomorrow, slightly cooler. We have a weak front that'll make its way in. There's one today, one tonight, but still above average for tomorrow. It's mid-upper 70s Friday and closing in on 80 degrees on Saturday. Now, that is the final 4 days of the month of February, which will likely end up being the warmest February on record, and likely for the winter. The entire winter takes you back to December 1st. This is meteorological winter. This is how our data works. December 1st to February 28th. We are right now in third place. That's before we have those really warm days coming up. So we may be second or even first place, depending on what our lows do over the next several days. Yeah, it has been warm and it has been dry. We are the 7th driest winter on record. But we have a pattern change coming right as we head towards spring, right as we switch over to March. It's going to get cooler and it's going to turn wet the way it looks. Right now it's quiet with a weak front moving in. Another big storm impacting the Northeast and the Midwest. We've got another storm that will bring us a little bit more wind with it that's over the Pacific Northwest. But for now, it's a quiet morning. So as you head out on your Wednesday, it is hump day, the middle of the week. Lucky Star Skycam Network, it is 47 degrees. The humidity is much higher. It's about 75%. We've got temperatures in the 30s and 40s. Many areas are still in the 50s, lower mid 50s down to the south. Some areas are already warmer than what an average high is for the date. There's the boundary. It is weak. It kind of washes out. We'll keep a light north wind around all day. We'll go from the 40s to the 50s at 9 a.m., 68 degrees at noon, and a high today of 76, 74 in Stillwater, mid 70s in Clinton, some 80s down to the south and southwest. So definitely on the warm side, feeling hot in the sunshine. We'll have some high thin clouds to filter out some of that sun for a while. And then I'm starting you with this evening and tonight. We'll have a chance for a few showers. So our next week storm is passing by way to our north, so we're not getting much moisture out of this, but I do think you get enough moisture to maybe wet the pavement in portions of northern Oklahoma this evening, tonight. Here's 1, 2, 3 o'clock in the morning. Tracking a few showers from Alva to Medford, to Ponca, to Tulsa. We'll have a chance for maybe a few sprinkles in the metro, but that's about all we will do. And then tomorrow by daybreak, this is pretty much winding down and ending. So we'll call it a 10% chance of rain in the metro with a 40% chance up along the border. Now, as far as real rain opportunities, we have several storms lined up. The first one off the Pacific, that will bring us a chance for some drizzle Sunday, some rain early next week. Thunderstorm chances with storm number 2, and there are many more storms lined up heading back towards Russia that are working their way our direction. So the pattern looks like this. Warm the next few days, close to records. A pretty big cold front slams in Sunday. Sunday is a significantly cooler day for the first day of March. Some drizzle, rain and thunderstorm chances go up midweek, and we'll do it again. See, we'll have these line of storms that fire, and within those, we may end up with a severe threat, and we'll see how long they hang around, because the longer those storms hang around, the higher the rainfall totals. Next storm right on its heels coming in for the 8th and 9th. I'm telling you, for the first 10 to 14 days of March, it's off and on active, completely different than what we've seen for most of our winter season. So when you look at next week, just early projections of rain taking you through the 3rd through the 8th. And remember, we may have rain for several more days after that, but up to a 1/2 inch in western Oklahoma, 1 to maybe 2 inches in the central and eastern part of the state. Bullseyes with much higher totals. This isn't just drizzle we're talking about. We're talking convective, heavy rain at times. Again, we'll time it out though for you as it gets a little closer. Lows tonight down into the 30s and 40s. Tomorrow, 60s and 70s with a north wind, a little more gusty for your Thursday. Friday, mid-upper 70s, a few 80s. Now a south wind, still not out of control. So that wildfire danger that's been high, it has come back down. But we still have, I think the number is up to 18 counties under a burn ban. And in the next half hour, I will show you that list, growing list of burn bans. Just because the winds are relaxing does not mean it's good burning conditions. 80 Saturday, but look at Sunday, 48 in the morning, 51 in the afternoon with a strong north wind, some drizzle, and then rain and storm chances next week. Back to you guys.
Lacey, thank you. As firefighters continue to battle wildfires across the state, Oklahoma leaders looking to tackle the problems causing these fires early.
Many firefighters point to Oklahoma's cedar tree population as the source of so much trouble.
News 9's Matt McCabe shows us how the new technology for getting rid of the invasive species.
A sprawling scene like this could be nearly any part of Oklahoma.
Hopefully the wind dies down a little bit here in the next little bit.
State lawmakers, conservationists, landowners watched a presentation from an Oklahoma City company, AgGrass, on a TV in the back of a truck.
We want to make sure that whole root system is treated.
Just a few feet to the side, these drones stand at the ready.
As we go through that flight path, when one tree is treated, it changes colors and goes to the next.
Chemical pellets, airdropped from above, can reach tight spaces to kill cedar trees.
It could take up to a year for the tree to fully die, maybe just a little longer than that. It really depends on rainfall.
Well, some places the trees are just so thick you can't even drive through them. So there are a lot of advantages to this. It's more environmentally friendly, it's less expensive.
Cheaper than a skid steer by nearly 90% per acre. State lawmakers have long debated adding more money to the budget for programs like this.
And I have personally had conversations in the last week with the governor emphasizing that he can champion this for us. He can add that to his legacy before he leaves to make us step up and address it statewide.
At its core, the Oklahoma Conservation Commission says this new strategy is about preventing wildfires, conserving more water, and protecting the environment.
In this case, it's going to be controlled, and really the quality control is excellent on it. And for sensitive watersheds, it's really even better because we're not putting more chemicals out that could wash off the soil or wash off the vegetation and perhaps get into the streams.
In Blanchard, Matt McCabe, Oklahoma's Own News 9.
And right now, ripping up and grinding the cedars costs $700 to $1,000 an acre. That's what the state reports. These drones could cost $100 to $150 an acre instead. The company says it builds the drones in-house, and they are ready for rollout later this year. We'll be watching.
And still ahead, we're getting a first look at how the race shirts look for this year's Oklahoma City Memorial Marathon. We're going to show them to you right after this.
Hey, you are taking a first look at the T-shirts for the 2026 Oklahoma City Memorial Marathon. Officials say University Silk Screen in Norman has been busy printing more than 30,000 of the participant shirts. They like them. You can still sign up to run. Prices go up in 1 week. If you're trying to get a good deal, sign up now. You can watch our coverage of race weekend right here on News 9. I love those T-shirts.
I love the blue.
Yeah.
Kind of that thunder blue. It looks so pretty.
It's going to be here before you know it. It's going to be March 1st Sunday, and March bringing a lot of changes.
Well, get out and get that morning run in right now. It's going to be nice. Lacey, good morning.
Good morning. It's been awesome seeing every time you go out and about in the mornings or in the evenings, folks out there getting those runs in, training, getting those miles. And they've been training since what, like fall? Yeah. So getting closer and closer, winding things down. But right now, the weather's pretty pleasant getting out. The wind has been ferocious off and on for the last several weeks. Right now, it is calm, 5 to 10 mile per hour winds. Temperatures are in the 40s. And on our Lucky Star Sky Cam network, we've been watching temperatures today in the 50s in southern Oklahoma. We'll warm into the mid-upper 70s for highs. Now, that is warm. We're not breaking records, but we're definitely above average. We're dry, but we're watching storms lined up over the Pacific all the way back over Russia. Increasing rain, thunderstorm chances. We'll detail all of it with your 9-day coming up.
And taking back out to this breaking news scene in Norman, this is right near Main and 48th Avenue Northwest. We know 3 people now were rushed to the hospital after a shooting. We're going to talk live with Kylie Dedman on what we know so far coming up.
Plus, Oklahoma Senate leaders unveil a new budget plan to give teachers a pay raise. They say it's not going to cost anything. We'll break it down, how it'll work next.
Live from downtown Oklahoma City, Oklahoma's own News 9 starts now with breaking news.
Well, commotion in a Norman neighborhood this morning. Our Kylie Dedman is live at the scene, and now we know 3 people have been rushed to a hospital after a shooting in Norman.
This is right off Main Street, west of I-35, close to 48th Avenue Northwest. Kylie, what's the latest?
Yeah, Lacey, I just got word from Norman police that 3 people were taken to the hospital with non-life-threatening injuries. Now, they also told me that all parties are taken into custody and there is no threat to this neighborhood or to the public at this time, as again, all people that are involved have been taken into custody. Now, I want to show you right behind me that we have still seen a very active scene, and we have seen a lot more evidence markers here on this area. Now, this is at Monticello and Ford Drive, again, just right off of Main Street. Now, we have seen at least 22 evidence markers, and again, in this area, tons of evidence markers in this area. Now, again, 3 people were taken to the hospital with non-life-threatening injuries. And again, police tell me that all involved parties have been taken into custody, so there is no threat to the public at this time. Now, we're still working to learn on those injuries at this time. But again, we know that they are non-life-threatening. And police also say that this all started as a disturbance with multiple people involved that then resulted in shots being fired. So we're still working to learn all the details out here. But I just got new information, so wanted to update you at this time. Reporting live here in Norman, Kylie Dedman, Oklahoma's own News 9.
Kylie, thanks so much. We'll continue following the breaking news there in Norman.
All right, got to switch gears, talk weather today. The winds are finally calming down a little bit.
Calming down, helping with the wildfire danger. We really just need things to green up. And there's some good news on that front. Let's turn to the Bob Mills Weather Center. Lacey Swope standing by. Lacey, we've got some rain headed our way soon.
We have rain headed our way, which helps to make things green up. We also have warmer temperatures, warming the soil. And guys, just the time of the year, the length of the daylight that we're getting, all signs pointing towards spring arriving. And we're already seeing some of the trees completely bud out. The Bradford pears, a lot of the bulbs are growing now and coming up. Temperatures the next several days above average. The final 4 days of February closer to records than normal. We begin March cool, and we begin March on a wet note. We have some rain opportunities tonight, mainly in northern Oklahoma, and then Sunday some drizzle with thunderstorms in the forecast next week. We desperately need the rain. We had more fires yesterday down near Stratford. This was video yesterday from Jeremy Carter. He was out, some pretty big fires flaring up there. Now, crews were able to save homes in the area, structures in the area, but a lot of pasture land did burn. Kyle Wilson was out, Val and Amy Castor yesterday. Some pretty big fires being fueled by those strong winds, but the winds have relaxed. In fact, let me show you a live shot right now on our Lucky Star Skycam network, live from downtown on your Wednesday. Hope your Wednesday's going good. It's 47 degrees right now, so grab the jacket. There are 30s to the north, 50s to the south. A weak cold front moving in. It's giving us a north breeze, which just makes it feel pretty pleasant. 76 for a high today. It is going to be warm today. February ends more like mid to late May as far as temperatures go. Cold front hits for the first day of March. Sunday's chilly, soggy, and then rain and storms next week. How much rain are we expecting this time? How many waves? That's all coming up.
Good time to march on over to the News 9 YouTube stream, the News 9 YouTube channel. You can scan the QR code right here on your screen. It'll take you there. Subscribe, leave any questions, comments. We're streaming there live right now, so we're seeing those in the chat. We may even bring some of them up during the show.
5:33 headlines right now. The mother of a missing Metro girl pleads not guilty in connection with the child's disappearance. Investigators say little London Kerr was last seen in southeast OKC in April of 2022. Today, she would be 6 years old. This is actually an age process photo of what London might look like. London's mother, Ashley Rowland, and her boyfriend, Joshua Denton, were charged with child abuse. Rowland told investigators she gave the little girl to men who sold her meth and that those claims actually have not been verified. She did plead not guilty to enabling child abuse. She's due back in court on May the 11th.
Oklahoma City police are looking for a 4th suspect now after a 19-year-old boy is robbed and killed while he was getting his hair cut. Officers say Caleb Simpkins helped plan to rob the victim, Emmett Gresham, last month, who was later found shot to death in an apartment near Northeast 4th and Lottie. Police have arrested 3 suspects so far. 17-year-old Tyree Hawley was charged with murder as an adult.
3 people are in the hospital after pressure release at an oil well site near El Reno. It happened yesterday just after 10 a.m. This was near State Highway 37 and Maple Road. Firefighters say 2 people were medi-flighted. The other was taken by an ambulance. No word at this point on the extent of those injuries.
At the state capitol, Oklahoma Senate leaders have rolled out this multi-million-dollar plan to fund education priorities.
They say it would include money for teacher pay raises and new classroom initiatives without new government spending. Our Brianna Brown joins us live explaining how this one works. Brianna?
Lacey, Oklahoma Senate leaders announced a $254 million education investment plan that would be funded by redirecting existing state dollars. So instead of investing new state dollars, lawmakers say that they're going to cap state contributions to the Oklahoma teachers retirement system at $200 million, which they say would free up the funds for urgent public education needs. So with this education proposal, it would also fund $2,500 teacher pay raises across the board, a reading initiative, additional formula funding going towards public schools, along with literacy and math coaches.
If we want to increase educational outcomes across the state of Oklahoma, not only do we need a plan, but we have to invest in the people that implement that plan.
Now, Democratic leaders criticized the proposal, saying it lacks a comprehensive long-term strategy, and called on Senate leadership to ensure public dollars remain for public education options. So next, legislators will debate the education proposal in upcoming sessions, and so anything that would be passed in the Oklahoma Senate would still need approval by the Oklahoma House of Representatives. Live at the state capitol, Brianna Brown for Oklahoma's Own News 9.
Pugh is running for state superintendent. The House Budget Chairman, Republican Representative Trey Caldwell, says he has concerns about any proposal that negatively impacts the teachers' retirement system.
Taking a live look from our Bob Mills Arena Cam, crews continue to haul off over 100 loads of debris every day. They're moving. This is all to make way for that new billion-dollar Thunder Arena, of course, set to open in 2028. But we do want to remind you there's still some road closures in this area. One eastbound lane of Sheridan and a westbound lane of Reno have now been closed for a week now. Those roads scheduled, though, to reopen tomorrow.
The fire danger is much lower today, but Oklahoma firefighters are still putting out wildfires across the state, including 2 significant ones that popped up in Pittsburgh and Adair counties yesterday, burning over 1,000 acres. At last check, state officials say the wildfires have burned more than 314,000 acres across 11 counties since last week when we had that huge outbreak. Officials say, please just remind everyone to report the damage online at damage.ok.gov.
Kind of crazy they're still battling some fires this morning.
Yeah, how do you get them out once they've spread so far? But the good news, the wind not going to be carrying them too much today. Let's talk to Lacey about it. Lighter winds today, Lacey.
Lighter winds for sure, guys, but you talk about how long it takes to get these fires out. Kyle Wilson, our storm tracker, who's also a Woodward firefighter, reported one of the fires yesterday began because of a control burn from 4 weeks ago.
No,
they do,
really?
and this happens every year. Those fires, you burn your property off, you're good to go, you're great, but there will be brush piles or big old trees that sit there and smolder for weeks, and we haven't had rain. Right, so then the winds pick up and those embers get spread farther down the line. So hot spots have to be monitored, not for days, for weeks. All right, we do have weaker winds right now, and we do have rain in the forecast. Currently on our Lucky Star Skycam network, just a gentle breeze. A weak cold front is moving in, but a change is coming. Temperatures warm to the mid-70s. Cold front this weekend and thunderstorms next week. Your 9 days coming up.
Taking a live look on the Lucky Star Skycam network. Good morning, Oklahoma. As you are getting ready for the day, we have a traffic report before you hit the road. It's next on 9.
All right, heading into March at the end of this week, which is really exciting.
Marching into March.
March Madness.
Marching into
Is the
March.
madness here?
The March Madness games are coming.
I thought you were talking about weather.
Also,
March
March
Madness.
Yeah. Well, it feels maddening when you get to see all the rain on there. It's so exciting, though.
It's nice to have it on the 9
it's a great
day.
change. We're hoping this pattern holds true. And I'm telling you, even if one or two of these storms miss us and kind of limp on in, there's so many lined up. It's so active for really the first 2 weeks of March that we should really start to see improvement as far as the drought conditions go.
It's brutal out there right now, isn't
It is, and the wildfire danger too. And then because of how warm we're going to be, we'll start to green things up. And it's just that time of year where we're you got to get through about 3 or 4 more weeks. Then I think our fire threat is really going to significantly come down. But currently still dealing with it. Yesterday we had big fires, and now the list of counties under burn ban continues to grow. Check out the counties now. Most of the South Metro down into South Central Oklahoma, several counties over into Green Country and the eastern side of the state have been added. Greer County under a burn ban. So 18 counties now, and if that continues to change, we'll let you know. So on a day like today, when the winds are weaker and you may thinking, hey, now's a good day to get out and burn my property, make sure that you are checking. There are some city burn bans in effect as well for citywide burning. So anyway, make sure you're checking. We don't want you to get a big hefty fine, and we sure don't want you to burn down your neighbor's place due to bad conditions. Here's what's going on as far as how dry we are. Just updating you kind of daily with this map. 10 days now without measurable rainfall in Oklahoma City, and even with that, there hasn't been a lot for the entire winter months. There are still areas in the Panhandle, the Northwest, that have not had rain since before Thanksgiving, but I do think we see big improvements heading into March. Now, there's a chance for a few showers tonight, mainly in northern Oklahoma. Little light rain to kind of settle the dust, wet the pavement. Little drizzle chances are going up on Sunday. A few showers or maybe an isolated thunderstorm Monday, but next week, rounds of rain and storms, and honestly, that pattern continues into the first weekend of March. We're dry right now. We're quiet. We've had a weak cold front press through the state. 47 degrees is our temperature, but that's above normal, guys. As you're heading out, we're close to our normal high for this time of year already. We are soaring into the 70s and 80s later today. North winds are weak. We're down into the 30s in the north. Cherokee's at 35, Harper County, Buffalo 33, 42 in Hobart, 47 in Tryon and Agra this morning, mid-upper 40s. We're going from the 40s to the 50s by 9, mid-upper 70s for highs at 3 o'clock. So as the kiddos are coming home from school, they don't need that jacket anymore. It's going to be warm. It'll feel kind of hot in the sunshine because our winds will be so light. 80s going on today in southwest Oklahoma. Then this evening, a few showers make their way into the Panhandle, and in our northern counties, might get a couple of moderate downpours, but honestly, it won't last long. Most areas pick up a trace of rain up north, if that. Okay, this ends by early in the morning around daybreak. It's winding down and we're dry. So this is not our big rainmaker, but a few clouds, a few showers tonight and tomorrow morning. And then we're watching the storms lined up out over the Pacific. First one is in between basically California and Hawaii. The next one, look at the swirl going on closer to the Gulf of Alaska and then back over Russia. Several more storms, okay? They're just kind of a storm train that we'll see for the first couple of weeks of March. So while we're warm now, big cool front hits on Sunday. Sunday is a much cooler day, 40s and 50s for highs with some drizzle. Then rain chances increasing Tuesday, Wednesday. Storm number 1 bringing us a chance for thunderstorms. Another round Friday into Saturday, and another round as we head into the weekend and early of the following week, and more behind that. So rounds of rain, when we just take a narrow window there, which is on basically or close to your 9-day forecast, March 3rd through the 8th, we're talking up to a half of an inch in western Oklahoma, 1 to almost 2 in central and eastern sides of the state. Now this map's still going to change, and we're just too far out to give you the specifics, but just looking at the overall pattern, when you have thunderstorms and convection, your rainfall rates are higher and your totals are higher. So we should start to see some great rains moving back in. Tonight's a dry night, a little windy, another front moves in, 30s and 40s, but despite the front, we're in the 60s and 70s again tomorrow. Winds are a little more gusty. Friday, 70s and some 80s down into southern Oklahoma. And take a look at your TV. Here's your 9-day forecast. We're talking mid-70s today, close to record highs the next several days. Saturday, 80 degrees versus 51 on Sunday for the first day of March, turning cooler, but then thunderstorm chances go up and rounds of rain possible next week. Back to you guys.
Lacey, thanks so much. All right, your time, 5:47 on a Wednesday morning, and we need to check in with meteorologist Megan Gold for the latest on the morning drive. How we doing this early, Megan?
We're doing good. Roads are looking good. Morning drive underway for a lot of folks headed to work, taking the kids maybe to an early morning practice. Here is the live look from our Mathis home cam. You're looking at I-40 there and I-44 and the hustle and bustle of our Wednesday underway. There's the Broadway extension from our American Fidelity camera. Those of you that commute in from the west side, I-40 and Council, looking good there. And then down on the south side, I-35 at South 89. So no accidents so far this morning. Hopefully we will keep it that way. Yesterday, the commute was really picture perfect. We had very little in the way of accidents and slowdowns. So across the metro right now, you're good to go. I'll let you know if that changes, guys. Back to you.
Megan, thanks. Still to come, sharing Black history in Oklahoma classrooms. I got to meet a Moore teacher who is hoping to set the example. We'll show you how right after this.
We are streaming live on our YouTube channel. We've asked you to subscribe and then leave us a comment in the live chat. And you guys are getting chatty today. We're going to read some of the comments. Okay, Unknown says, all right, rain. Come on, liquid sunshine.
Bring it on. How about Zena? She says, have an amazing day. I couldn't make it through the day without all of you in my morning routine.
Hi,
So nice,
Zena.
Zena.
Oh, that's so nice. And Jennifer says, good morning to my favorite news team. I love Lacey's dress. It was EY. I'm just
I think
saying.
it was mine.
Okay. I think IE's dress looks great too. Hey, Jennifer, thanks so much, and we appreciate it. We love giving these girls a little grief every now and then, right?
All of your dresses look equally amazing.
Thank you, Colby. Oh my gosh. Smart man.
There you go.
Oh, I love it. Hey, leave us more comments. We love reading them throughout the newscast.
All right, Megan, we doing okay out there on the
Roads are
morning
great.
drive?
Yeah, absolutely.
Except for the construction, which it sounds like downtown, some of that's going to be done tomorrow, right? Around the arena areas. Which
Well,
is,
for a minute, and then more construction.
And then you blame.
and then more.
Yeah.
Those 2-3 days are going to be fantastic.
It impacts our drive here to News 9 in the morning. That's why we care so much about it, right? There you go. Lacey, we care about that forecast,
Yeah,
too.
we have a great forecast today.
We do. Get outside. Enjoy it. The winds have been crazy. The winds have really been a nuisance. It's been very kind of gritty, dusty. Of course, the wildfire danger has been high. Today, the winds are calmer. We'll be in the mid-70s. It'll feel pretty warm. 80s down in southwest Oklahoma. Average highs this time of year are in the 50s. We're 20 degrees above normal, guys. We're not breaking records, but we're closer to records than average for the rest of February. March begins on a colder note and a soggy note, too.
I kind of asked if are we done with winter yet?
Right. I know. We're done. So right now, some morning lows. We saw possible, but as far as or snow or winter precip, that is not showing back up.
All right.
Around this time of year,
Right.
don't they?
And you always start worrying,
Yes.
especially for
You
fruit
don't wanna
trees and
lose
things
them,
like that when
yes.
they start budding out. But yeah, right now, no big Arctic blast showing up. Sometimes days in March can get crazy. For now, it's more kind of warmer and then rain chances.
Oh, gosh, we need it.
Looking forward to that, Lacey. Thanks. You know, over the last 5 years, Oklahoma's really changed a lot about the way race and gender is taught in the classroom. But what does that mean for learning Black history? One teacher in Moore showed me how she's shaping the conversation in this morning's Educate Oklahoma report.
If history is a teacher,
Let me take attendance real quick.
then students at Highland East Junior High are about to get a lesson in recognition. One Jennifer Billy
Yeah, go ahead and have a seat.
is happy to provide.
I feel like this lesson teaches us part where we respect our history, even though it was dark and ugly, but we can respect that it helped pave where we are now. Today, we are going to be talking about the unsung heroes of World War I.
But Mrs. Billy is about to sing.
All right. If your life is in jeopardy, do you care what the color of someone's skin is? No.
Through pictures in black and white, she brings the stories into living color.
I personally love this story, and it's not one a lot of people talk about.
The story of World War I's all-black 369th Unit.
These gentlemen signed up in a country that they were heavily discriminated against, but they knew that if they fought for democracy on the world stage, that eventually it would apply to them.
They were called the Harlem Hellfighters, and more than a century later, they're being called upon again, this time
Finally, the French get
as
there,
teachers.
and it is estimated that he himself fought off between 20 and 40 Germans based on the bodies that were there. It doesn't matter your size and, you know, what race you are, what gender you are. Don't count yourself out. Don't let anyone else count yourself out either.
Lessons in heroism and patriotism.
This paved way for those other Black Americans to say, look what we've been doing for our country. We too deserve that. So I feel that that helped show leadership that pushed us towards the Civil Rights Movement.
For this class,
These are stories that we must remember because even though they were discriminated against, they were patriotic.
a lesson in recognition.
We could give them the full recognition that they deserve.
Learned in 2015.
But it's never too late to say thank you. Today we present America's highest military decoration, the Medal of Honor, to Private Henry Johnson and Sergeant William Shemin.
And for this class,
All right.
a lesson not soon forgotten.
Great story, Colby. Thanks so much. Coming up, we are live in our nation's capital. You're looking there live right now. President Donald Trump with his State of the Union address next on 9. Our Washington Bureau Chief Alex Cameron will join us live with the highlights from the State of the Union. It's next at 6.
Live from downtown Oklahoma City, Oklahoma's own News 9 starts now.
6 o'clock. Good morning, Oklahoma. Thanks for joining us right now at 6 a.m. We have a lot to get to this morning and a lot of coverage. Some overnight news, including a shooting in Norman and a stabbing in downtown Oklahoma City.
Also from our nation's capital, our Washington Bureau Chief Alex Cameron will join us live in just a little bit, talking about the President's State of the Union address last night.
But first, let's get over to the Bob Mills Weather Center. Lacey Swope has your Wednesday forecast. Lacey?
Good morning, guys. It has definitely been a windy couple of days. We've had high fire danger. Yesterday, gusts 40 to 45. Today, the winds are much weaker, but now it's kind of out the warmth. It continues. The final 4 days of February were closer to record highs than average. Today, we're warming up to 76 degrees. So in the yellow box, that's the forecast. The red is the record. We're not breaking records over the next few days, but we are closer to that than typical, which is in the 50s. This will put us somewhere in the top 3 for the warmest winters on record, by the way. So things are changing drastically. Let me show you what's going on as far as our conditions go. Today, we're talking temperatures starting off. Ooh, hold on one second. Let's go back to that. Are we going to do it? Yes. Temperatures today, oh yes, coming up in full weather. We have sunshine, we have 70s. We do have a big cold front for your weekend. And next week, we have rounds of rain. At times, we could see thunderstorms. Some of those bringing pockets of rain anywhere from a trace to up to several inches of rain with each wave. We'll talk about the timing of that, who could see severe storms out of it. And it does cool us down because as the rain moves in, we got a couple cold fronts we'll be tracking. It's been so dry. We need moisture across Oklahoma. Stick around for full weather. We have a lot to get to with the timing of this, how much we're expecting, and guys, what to expect just for today, because it's going to be beautiful this afternoon. That's coming up.
We are following breaking news in Norman. Several people taken to the hospital after a shooting.
Our Kylie Dedman is live on the scene near Main and 48th Avenue Northwest. Kylie, what is the latest there in Norman this morning?
Robin, first, there is no threat to the public at this time. Norman police tell me that all people involved have been taken into custody, so there's no threat to this neighborhood. Again, this is at Monticello and Fort Drive. Now, the scene is starting to clear. Police are still actively working, so I'm going to show you what it looked like earlier this morning when we first arrived here on scene. Now, police tell us that they were first called out for a disturbance that involved multiple people that then resulted and escalated into shots being fired. And this all happened shortly after 2:30 this morning. Now, we do know 3 people were taken to the hospital with non-life-threatening injuries. And we did just see a tow truck come by. They did take one of the cars away that was on this road. Police were actively looking at that car, investigating that car. So they did just tow that car away. So that's something that we have been seeing out here. But we have also seen at least 24 evidence markers out here from this scene. And again, 3 people have been taken to the hospital. Their condition is non-life threatening at this time. We're still working to learn their injuries, but we do know that all people involved have been taken into custody. So there is no threat to this neighborhood and to the public at this time. Now stay with News 9 for more information on this developing story. Reporting live in Norman, Kylie Dedman, Oklahoma's own News 9.
Yeah, pretty wild scene out there. Norman police investigating whether it was a drive-by. As soon as we get updates, we will pass them along on air and the News 9 app.
And a violent time in downtown Oklahoma City. 4 people arrested. Police say a man is attacked and stabbed in the neck by 4 teens. This was about midnight right outside the Embark Transit Center. That's at Northwest 5th and Hudson. We're told the man was rushed to the hospital. No name has been released, but we have learned he is stable. At this point, the 4 teens have been taken into custody. Their names have not been released. 3 people are rushed to the hospital after a pressure release at an oil site out near El Reno in Canadian County. This was early yesterday morning, about 10 a.m. Fire crews say 2 people were meta-flighted into the Metro to OU Health, and the other person was taken to the hospital by an ambulance. No names or conditions have been released. The Corporation Commission says it has staff on site monitoring that situation.
6:04 your time right now. Let's get a check of your morning drive. A lot of construction out there all across the metro, but hopefully we're doing okay on our other roadways. Megan, good morning.
Hey, good morning. We are doing just fine. 23rd Street, also the Kilpatrick Turnpike up on the northwest side. That is going through some changes right now. That'll be like a year-long project. We'll talk more about that coming up. But as Lacey's been talking about this morning, very, very mild temperatures in the mid to upper 40s. And when you head home this evening, absolutely beautiful. We'll have a few clouds, light winds, and temperatures falling from the mid to upper 70s into the low 70s. So absolutely beautiful. Here's our Mathis home cam as we get our Wednesday underway. The Dallas Junction there at I-35 and I-40 getting busier as the morning rolls along here. The Broadway extension, if you're coming in from the North Metro down to the south side, looks good for everybody. I-44 and I-40 looking off to the south. If you're headed down to the airport, nothing to slow you down. Of course, I'll let you know if that changes. Back over to you all at the desk.
Megan, thanks. The state of Oklahoma still recovering from massive wildfires that burned hundreds of thousands of acres last week. And state leaders say strong coordination and quick response helped prevent people from being killed. Local firefighters, the National Guard, state agencies, all pre-positioning crews and deploying air assets, all coordinated from the Emergency Operations Center. With these measures in place, Oklahoma officials say the state is more prepared now than ever.
We're not out of the woods yet. This week coming up is also high fire damage or danger. We've got low humidity, high winds.
So if a fire does break out, authorities urge residents to stay out of fire zones and follow any evacuation orders. Meanwhile, emergency drought funds are being distributed to help farmers and ranchers to prepare.
It's called the highest civilian honor in our country, the Presidential Medal of Freedom.
U.S. gold medalist and goalie Connor Hellebuck getting some new hardware to add to his Olympic gold medal. During last night's State of the Union address, President Trump announced he would award the goalie with the Presidential Medal of Freedom. Hellebuck had so many saves. Gosh, he got a standing ovation last night. During that gold medal game against Canada, he stopped 41 shots on goal. The U.S. won. It was incredible, and now he has another medal around his neck. Coming up later this morning at 6:45, our Washington Bureau Chief Alex Cameron will join us live talking about the takeaways from the State of the Union address. Be sure to tune in for that again 6:45 this morning.
That was one of the most uniting moments in the chamber last night.
One thing they
Everything
agreed on.
else,
good job,
we got one side standing, one side sitting.
There you go.
It's always wild to watch the goalies because you're like, where'd that puck go? They're like, it's in his glove. Nice glove save. I'm like, you saw that?
I know. I always have to rewind it
so
in slow-mo.
fast.
I'm like, oh yeah, there it is.
It was a miracle for sure.
Oh,
Yeah,
so great.
So exciting.
Turn to the Bob Mills Weather Center. It might be a miracle for us. We're getting some rain, Lacey.
Come
yeah,
on.
typically this time of year as we head towards March, we start to get into some of our wetter months. As I was watching that video, I kept watching, he was chewing gum, and I was like, are your teeth back? Are your teeth okay? Yeah. That's so amazing. Those guys, their teeth get knocked out, I feel like every game. It just makes it more exciting, and for them, it gets them all pumped up, even more jazzed up. Right now, a weak cold front is moving in, 30s and 40s, some 50s down into southern Oklahoma. That cold front, all that means is a north breeze by this afternoon. Temperatures go from the 40s into the 70s later today. We're expecting sunshine and weaker winds, and then it's all about the rain next week. We'll time it out. How much are we expecting? That's coming up.
Coming up next, a Metro teacher is shaping the conversation about Black history in the classrooms. She is sharing her story with Colby. His special, Educate Oklahoma, is coming up next on 9.
All right, time for the bus stop forecast. Kids headed to the bus stop today. Hey,
Man,
leave those jackets.
Looking good.
spring break's going to be here before you know it, Lacey.
Oh my gosh.
I mean, March is.
I didn't even think about that.
I mean, March
Give me
is
a heart
almost here.
palpitation.
Right?
March
It really
is this weekend,
yeah.
Daylight saving time will start to kick back in. We've got, all the changes that come with spring. And you're starting to see some of that as you're out and about across Oklahoma. I noticed some of the red buds starting to bloom out.
Yes.
Are you watching the live
I'm
stream?
watching the live stream
of us.
Okay, sorry.
I'm talking and Robin's listening over here.
Yeah.
She hears your voice through
Well,
the
there's
crowd.
over 200 people in the chat, so I just wanted them to
we're
feel
big
special
time
this morning, right?
Way
Shout
to
out
go.
right there.
And by the way, if you're in there, leave a comment, ask a question.
There you go.
Robin's always monitoring this.
Trying.
On top of it, it is beautiful this morning. It's on the warmer side. I would say for the kiddos this morning, Colby's boys are tough. Grab the jacket because we do have some 40s out there. And so it is a little on the chilly side. 60s by midday, 76 coming up this afternoon. Those Thielen boys, they don't need no jacket. Don't tell them what to do. We've got partly cloudy to mostly sunny skies coming up for this afternoon. Definitely going to feel amazing as everyone is coming home, as you're coming home from work. It's going to be on the warmer side for sure, and our winds are so much lighter. It has been warm. It's been warm all winter long. Now, as far as stats go and data goes, that's why we have meteorological winter, which begins December 1st and ends at the end of February. When you look at that time frame, we are currently the third warmest winter on record. Now, with the next few days, our lows are above average, highs are close to records. We may bump up a couple notches here. We'll see. We will for sure be at least in the top 3. Now, as far as driest winters go, we're in 7th place. That's a horrible stat. Horrible as far as dry goes. But you already know that because it's awful. Drought continues to be a big problem. We've had the fires. We are hurting for water for sure, but rain chances are bumping up. Tonight, a chance for sprinkles. Little light shower activity in northern Oklahoma. Some drizzle with a cold front. It's going to be pretty chilly on Sunday and windy. Cool Monday, a few showers, and then thunderstorms are possible and looking more and more likely the middle to end of next week, coming through in waves. Now, timing this out, don't start canceling plans, moving things around because some of these might be in the overnight. Some of my eyelashes just stuck together. Hold on. Hold on. My mascara completely, I could not see a thing. I think we're good. I hope it's not on my cheek. I'm so sorry. Personal problem. Winds right now are light. I think I can see. And winds will stay light because we have an area of low pressure moving right under overhead and a weak front that is making its way in. So as that front moves in, humidity stays low, but the winds are weak enough that we can drop the fire danger back down to low. But remember, we've been showing you all the counties. There are now 18 counties under a burn ban where it is illegal to burn. Hopefully we can put that to rest as we go through next week. 46 degrees is the current temperature on our Lucky Star Sky Cam network. Winds are 5 to 10, some gusts to 15. Now it is cooler in the north. Enid 35, Woodward 38, some 50s down into southern Oklahoma. And this afternoon, lower mid upper 70s with some 80s in southwest Oklahoma. Our record in Oklahoma City is 84. Now that's safe, but of course we're closer to records now through Saturday than we are normal. It is going to feel warm, Oklahoma. Now some showers move in tonight. That weak storm to the north moves through, gives us another weak cold front. But some sprinkles, some light rain. Don't be too shocked if you wake up and in our northern counties, the pavement's a little damp tomorrow morning. This will mainly get out of here before daybreak on your Thursday. And then we'll have a chance of 10% in the metro, 30 to 40 in far northern Oklahoma. But those chances bump up. And it won't just be light rain. Next week, it's thunderstorm chances. We'll have convection, instability, jet stream winds that may even fuel some severe weather. Storm number 1, storm number 2, 3, and 4 are right on the heels of those storms. So warmer heading into the next few days, closer to records. But Sunday, here comes a cold front. Yeah, much cooler, chilly at times. On Sunday, some showers. Thunderstorm chances with storm number 1 may be enough to give us a few strong to severe storms. We're talking chances bumping up come Wednesday and Thursday, but we'll get breaks. It will not rain this entire time. It'll come through in waves. We'll watch how this shakes out. At times, we may even have to introduce a low tornado threat with a couple of these rounds of storms. We'll just have to see how they shake out and how they line up because each storm will impact the one behind it. More rain chances into the weekend. I'm talking the 7th, the 8th of March, and then we'll kind of get a little break before more activity into the second week of March. It's a complete different pattern shift from where we have been. Easily within that first week, especially the 3rd through the 8th, we could pick up 1 to maybe 2 inches of rain. Isolated areas could have higher amounts. But this map will still change. This is kind of a first jab at what we're looking at just on average because of how heavy the rain is at times. And it's just too far out to get into specifics and start kind of narrowing down those areas. Tonight, a weak front. We're in the 30s and 40s, 60s and 70s with a gustier wind tomorrow out of the north, mid-upper 70s for your Friday. And your 9-day forecast shows a warm end to February. These temperatures are more like May. Sunday, boom, back to it. March begins with 50s. We'll have rain chances off and on into next week. Back to you guys.
And just a reminder, we are streaming live on YouTube. Scan this QR code. It'll take you to the correct page. Then you can subscribe and leave a comment in the live chat. We'll read some of those questions and comments throughout the newscast. Your time now 6:17. Over the last 5 years, Oklahoma teachers have been restricted on how they lead lessons about race and gender.
So what does it mean for learning about Black History Month?
I spoke with one teacher for more on how she's shaping the conversation in this morning's Educate Oklahoma.
If history is a teacher,
Let me take attendance real quick.
then students at Highland East Junior High are about to get a lesson in recognition. One Jennifer Billy
Yeah, go ahead and have a seat.
is happy to provide.
I feel like this lesson teaches us part where we respect our history, even though it was dark and ugly, but we can respect that it helped pave where we are now.
Today, we are going to be talking about the unsung heroes of World War I.
But Mrs. Billy is about to sing.
All right? If your life is in jeopardy, do you care what the color of someone's skin is? No.
Through pictures in black and white, she brings the stories into living color.
I personally love this story, and it's not one a lot of people talk about.
The story of World War I's all-black 369th Unit.
These gentlemen signed up in a country that they were heavily discriminated against, but they knew that if they fought for democracy on the world stage, that eventually it would apply to them.
They were called the Harlem Hellfighters, and more than a century later, they're being called upon again, this time
Finally, the French get
as
there.
teachers.
And it is estimated that he himself fought off between 20 and 40 Germans based on the bodies that were there.
It doesn't matter your size and, you know, what race you are, what gender you are. Don't count yourself out. Don't let anyone else count yourself out either.
Lessons in heroism and patriotism.
This paved way for those other Black Americans to say, look what we've been doing for our country. We too deserve that. So I feel that that helped show leadership that pushed us towards the Civil Rights Movement.
For this class,
These are stories that we must remember because even though they were discriminated against, they were patriotic.
a lesson in recognition.
We could give them the full recognition that they deserve.
Learned in 2015.
But it's never too late to say thank you. Today we present America's highest military decoration, the Medal of Honor, to Private Henry Johnson and Sergeant William Shemin.
And for this class,
All right.
a lesson not soon forgotten.
And you can tune in tomorrow night at 6:30 for an Educate Oklahoma 30-minute special. It's part of our commitment all year long to bring you stories dedicated entirely to examining education here in our state. So what are the biggest struggles? What are the real solutions that are being considered right now by state leaders? Tomorrow at 6:30.
Good story, Colby. Thanks for sharing that. 6:20 on our Wednesday morning. Let's see how we're doing on the morning drive for you right now. And here's Megan Gold. Hi, Megan.
Hi, Robin. We've got our Lex Stanfield at 2:35, keeping an eye on the morning drive, and so far things are looking great. So if you're hitting the roadways, taking the kids to school, headed to work early this morning, I don't see any problems for you. Of course, a lot of folks with the beautiful weather wanting to get out and about, get things done around the house, and if you're wanting to get the car washed today, absolutely beautiful light winds. We do have a chance overnight tonight, mainly across northern Oklahoma, for a few showers, so keep that in mind, but our big rain chances come in once we get into Sunday and beyond. Here's the live look from the Broadway extension from our American Fidelity camera looking off to the north there, I-40 and Air Depot. If you're commuting to Tinker this morning, I-40 looks great. And remember that construction that is ongoing up on the Kilpatrick Turnpike in between Wilshire and Northwest 122nd started on Monday. May slow you down a few minutes. We're going to take a quick break and we will be right back.
Back, 3 Metro students are being celebrated for their artistic talent by the Oklahoma City Thunder. As part of Black History Month, the Thunder honored Maria Anderson of Douglas High, Liliana Lopez of Del City, and Charlotte Pratt of Edmond North in the Black Heritage Creative Contest. Here's some of their beautiful work.
Gosh.
The students were recognized during the game Sunday with their artwork on display all throughout the arena. And look
So
at the talent.
talented. My gosh.
Wow.
Amazing.
I know. I just want to look at more of it.
Isn't it beautiful?
Yes.
Wow. We have so many talented students here and
celebrating art.
There we go. I like that.
Every time I see somebody that's such a talented artist, I don't understand. Like, I don't understand.
You were trying to like draw a horse or something. It's terrible, and that's why these kids are so talented. Oh my gosh.
That's why you do abstract art. Anything goes.
Whatever you see is what it is.
There we are. All right, we're seeing that outdoor forecast right now here. Lacey is monitoring things. How are we looking outside?
Oh, looking great this morning. Winds are much weaker, much calmer for folks that have been getting out, heading to the area lakes, the area ponds. No whitecapping today. Winds out of the north, they'll be about 5 to 15. And check out this picture. This is Easton McDaniel. He's a baseball player. I think it was Edmond Santa Fe. I think so. From Edmond. But check that out. Yeah, already out catching the big old largemouth bass. It won't be long and the spawn will be on. Water temperatures are still in the 40s, some lower mid 50s depending. Once those water temps bump up into the low 60s, the bass spawn is on, and that's when it is so much fun to catch them. These big old mamas will be coming up into the shallower water. And we're getting close, Oklahoma. Here's a look right now for the forecast for the day today. We will be in the 40s to start off. Some areas in northern Oklahoma, you've dipped into the 30s. We'll be in the mid 70s this afternoon, definitely feeling like springtime. Some of the lakes and ponds are hurting for water. We need rain. Drought continues to be the problem. Rain chances go up next week, and I'll have the latest on that coming up. Back to you guys.
Lacey, thanks. We're also following this breaking news from overnight. Multiple people taken to the hospital after what looks like it could have been a drive-by shooting. Our Kylie Dedman has been live at the scene all morning long. She's going to bring us the latest right after the break.
watching Oklahoma's own News 9 this morning.
6:30 on your Wednesday, and we are in for a treat today. The forecast looks fabulous.
Oh, yeah, even rain on that 9-day. Let's get over to Lacey Swope right now. Lacey, good morning.
Good morning, guys. We had more fires yesterday. The winds were so strong, gusting 40, 45. Completely different story. We have light winds, but we are back to the 70s this afternoon. We'll be closer to records than normal the next several days. What I'm showing you here in the yellow is our forecast high. The red is the record for today, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. Saturday approaching 80 degrees. Then a cold front hits, and as we head into March, completely changing the pattern, and we will start to see temperatures come back down closer to average, and with that, we will also have rain chances that will start to creep back in. So big time changes are on the way, and we're excited about it. Megan, could you advance links 5? I think my clicker just bit the dust. Here, Shay, can you catch it? He's going to get it for me. Boom, look at that. Oh, he'll fix it. He'll fix it. Okay, there we go. Right now, we're completely quiet across Oklahoma. Winds are light. Skies are clear. As we go through the day, we'll go from the 40s this morning. Eventually, we're warming back up into the 70s. Check it out. 46 OKC, 30s to the north, 50s down in southeast Oklahoma, and winds are light out of the north with a weak front moving in. And take a look at the shot. Lucky Star Skycam Network. Skies are mostly clear, just enough kind of dust over the horizon that it is giving us a gorgeous sunrise and a gorgeous forecast. Temperatures today from the 50s into the mid 70s, and then it's all about the warming trend this afternoon. Plan for 70s on the way and coming up in full weather. We have a lot to get to. We'll detail the warming trend. We'll talk about lows, highs into the weekend. Cold front hits on Sunday, and more on those rain opportunities, guys, for next week coming up.
Lacey, thanks so much. There's been some commotion in a Norman neighborhood. It's breaking news as you're waking up. A shooting in Norman sends 3 people to the hospital. Our Kylie Dedman is live at the scene. This is Main and 48th Avenue Northwest. It's west of I-35. Kylie, what's the latest here at 6:30?
Robin, this all started as a disturbance call with multiple people that then escalated and resulted in shots being fired. Now, the scene has since cleared, so I'm going to show you what it looked like earlier this morning whenever we first arrived here on scene. Now, this area, this neighborhood, it's the corner of Monticello and Fort Drive. It was blocked off for hours, and we saw at least 24 evidence markers here. Now, we also saw a car that police were looking at and investigating that was also towed away just momentarily ago. Now, we do know that 3 people were taken to the hospital with non-life-threatening injuries, and according to Norman police, all involved parties are in custody, so there is no threat to this neighborhood or to the public at this time. Now, something that we are still working and waiting to learn is exactly how many people are in custody, but again, Norman police tell me that there is no threat to the public at this time. So stay with News 9 for more information on this developing story. Reporting live in Norman, Kylie Dedman, Oklahoma's own News 9.
All right, Kylie, thanks for the update there. Keep it here on News 9 for the very latest. Look for the details on our website and the News 9 app.
And on the southwest side of Oklahoma City, police are looking for a suspect after they say a woman was stabbed in the stomach. It happened around 4:30 yesterday afternoon near Southwest 29th in Portland. We're told the woman was taken to the hospital. It's still unknown what her condition is this morning, but right now officers say they do not have suspect information.
The mother of missing Metro child London Kerr pleads not guilty in court as her young daughter's fate remains unknown. Investigators say London hasn't been seen alive since April of 2022 when she was just 2 years old. This is now on your screen, an age-progressed photo of what she would look like today. Heartbreaking story. London's mother, Ashley Rowland, and Rowland's boyfriend, Joshua Denton, were arrested in connection with London's disappearance. Rowland, the mom, pleaded not guilty to enabling child abuse. Denton, the boyfriend, is due back in court next month on multiple child abuse charges. London is still missing this morning. Investigators urge anyone with information on where she is or where she may have last been seen alive to please call police.
Yeah, someone knows something out there. All right, we're going to switch gears. 6:35, talking traffic. Here's Megan Gold with the update. Good morning, Megan.
Good morning. Keeping an eye on our gorgeous sunrise. This is from our Blanchard camera. A big good morning to all of you in Blanchard. The sun comes up at 7:04 this morning and a little cloud cover overhead, making for a gorgeous start here. This is our Christensen cam right at the Kilpatrick Turnpike. Absolutely beautiful there as well. The good news, the morning drive has been quiet, and hopefully it will stay that way as we head at the 7 o'clock hour. Here's the Broadway extension, starting to see a little bit of a slowdown. I-35 at North 27th Street looking off to the north, but nothing out of the ordinary for just after 6:30. But the good news, all of our main thoroughfares are good and your drive times are good from all directions. Guys, back over to you.
Megan, thanks so much. At the state capitol, as you're looking there live right now on our Wednesday morning, lawmakers are taking action to fix a loophole that allows some DUI offenders an early release from prison. It's Senate Bill 137. Right now, it would classify DUI with great bodily injury as a violent crime. This would close the loophole that allows some inmates early release if they have no criminal history and is not considered a threat to the community. The push to close that loophole comes after a Norman woman was released from prison after serving only 70 days of an 8-year sentence.
So what we're doing is attempting to correct a detail that allowed this situation to occur.
The bill now goes to the Senate floor for consideration. We'll be watching.
And from the state capitol, let's head out to our nation's capital. Let's take a live look at Washington, D.C. this morning. Of course, we're hearing reaction from Oklahoma delegates after the president's State of the Union address last night. And in just a few minutes, our Washington Bureau Chief Alex Cameron will join us live to give a recap. Back after this.
Alex, good morning.
Morning, Alex.
Morning, Robin, Lacey, Colby.
Colby, how you doing? Did you get some sleep?
I got a little bit.
Okay.
I got to get a little bit.
In the
Welcome back, and just a reminder, we are streaming live on the News 9 YouTube channel. We love your comments in there. Subscribe, join in on the chat, and here's what you're saying this morning.
I think some of these are about Lacey Swope.
Right. Jessica saying, loving the realness from the News 9 crew. Jessica, good morning. Thanks for chiming in.
Hetty says, well, hang on. Breaking things already this morning.
Lacey.
That was you. That was throwing your clicker over there.
Wait, is it Lacey's fault or do we blame Shay?
Yeah, that's true. Shay actually is the one that didn't catch the clicker.
All right, we need a mulligan before 7 a.m.
That's how you know we're live, because we're breaking things live on the air.
Keeping
sometimes.
it real, that's for sure.
Sometimes things fail. Technology. When you have so much of it, there's bound to be something going
That's
wrong.
right.
And I always find the bad end every single time. That's when it happens. We're all good. It's working now.
Okay.
Good. Shay fixed us all up.
Okay.
So we're working. We're good. Winds are light right now, so as you get out on your Wednesday, it's nice. It's going to be a little on the mild side and then warm this afternoon, but the winds are much calmer. Winds were ripping yesterday as our storm trackers were out. Take a look at some of the video from our storm trackers. Jeremy Carter was out along with Val and Amy Castor. Kyle Wilson was out yesterday. We had a few fires. Crews were able to get them knocked down very quickly. That fire down near Stratford was the one that was kind of one of the largest in the state, and now we're seeing new counties being added to the burn ban list. Control room, do we have the video from our storm trackers yesterday? If not, just let me know. Pop it up if you get it. Okay, we don't. Okay, well, we've had it. We'll show you. It's online as well. All right, Greer County, we do have burn ban in effect now. Comanche County, Carter, Love counties, Hughes County, and many counties off into northeast Oklahoma under a burn ban. And that list continues to grow. So even though the winds are calmer, be careful today. What we need is good soaking rains, and I think we found some. Finally, this will be one of the wettest patterns we've been in all winter long. And now as we head towards spring, we're getting more spring-like systems headed our way. Tonight, a few showers, a few drizzle patches, maybe in the metro, and some light rain up to the north. Now as we head towards Sunday, we will see a cold front hit. Cloud cover thickens up and some drizzle, a few showers. Monday, slight chance of isolated thunderstorms. And then Tuesday, but especially Wednesday and Thursday, storm chances go up. May have to track some severe weather, but when you start to add in thunderstorms and the potential for severe storms, you get higher rainfall rates. And we need the rain, that's for sure. More details coming up. Weak winds with a low pressure system right overhead. Skies mostly clear. It is beautiful on our Lucky Star Sky Cam network. That is live from downtown. 46 is our current temp. No major wind chill to speak of. The humidity is higher this morning. Yesterday, that was already about 50% in the morning and then dropped down terribly low yesterday. Today, the humidity is not as low. Winds are 5 to 10. Temperatures are in the lower mid 30s versus the 50s down to the south. And we'll see that north breeze today, but very light. It's kind of variable, honestly, into the afternoon. As far as the direction goes, lower mid 70s versus 80s today in southwest Oklahoma. So definitely feeling very warm, and we're getting warmer as we head into parts of your weekend. Saturday's hot. All right, a few showers going on this evening in northern Oklahoma. Light rain, maybe a pocket or two of a moderate shower, but for most, it won't be measurable. Might be enough to kind of damp the pavement, make it look like it rained, but it won't amount to much in the rain gauge. So this is kind of our first go round of showers. Highest chance to the north. It's out of here by daybreak, and then Thursday is still in the 70s. Now, our next storm, our next one that arrives is right here. It's kind of between Hawaii and the West Coast. That storm system impacts us early next week. We've got another one lined up behind it, and there are two more as you head back over Russia. So it's a much more active and progressive jet stream pattern, which does start to give us more rain. First cold front is going to arrive on Sunday. Saturday near 80. 40s and 50s with a north wind on Sunday, some drizzle. Monday, slight chance of rain, and really as we head towards Wednesday, the upper level winds are more favorable for storms to take off and advance across the state. Might have some severe weather to track. If we do, trackers are ready to go. They'll be out ready, and I'm telling you, they are so excited to be out in rain and thunderstorms versus these fires, and it's a good pattern, all right? As we head towards the end of next week, another chance for thunderstorms, and those could linger into the weekend. We'll see storm number 3 into early next week around the 9th or 10th, and there are more lined up. So when you add it up, at least this first couple of rounds taking you through the 3rd through the 8th, and that's it. There's still really the first 2 weeks of March off and on are active. will easily pick up to 1/2 of an inch in western Oklahoma if the storms fire there. If they start further east, that'll change. 1 to maybe 2 inches of rain in that time period for central and eastern Oklahoma. Few bullseyes could be a little bit higher than that. It all depends on where these storms start, how quickly they are moving, and we'll update you on it. We may even have to introduce a tornado threat with a couple of those thunderstorm chances. More as we head through the next few days, and David has the latest this afternoon. Tomorrow, 70s on the way, mid-70s down into southern Oklahoma. Heading into your Friday, upper 70s, closing in on 80 Saturday. Chilly on Sunday with a strong north wind, and there are 40s Monday before storm chances bump back up. I'll send it back to you guys at the desk.
Coming up on the Community Spotlight, Metro Tech is honoring Western Black culture and history. We take a look at this free event. Don't miss that live interview ahead at 9 a.m.
After just 1 year, I can say with dignity and pride that we have achieved a transformation like no one has ever seen before. Deadly sanctuary cities that protect the criminals and enact serious. These people are crazy, I'm telling you. They're crazy.
Well, tense moments Tuesday night, really on both sides of the aisle, as President Donald Trump delivers his State of the Union address for his second term.
It was the longest State of the Union in modern era, covering the economy, foreign policy, and even the gold medal-winning Olympic USA hockey team.
Our Washington Bureau Chief Alex Cameron was there. He spoke with Oklahoma delegates on their reaction to the speech, and he's joining us this morning for a recap. Alex, I know you had a late night. Glad you're with us this morning.
Colby, Lacey, Robin. Yeah, this was a speech that, people who were there are not going to soon forget. The president said he was going to speak for a long time, and he kept that promise, that's for sure. 1 hour, 48 minutes, longest State of the Union address of the modern era. He really spent a lot of time, as many Republicans hoped he would, talking about the economy. In fact, much of the first hour was devoted to sort of bragging about economic wins of the first year of his second administration. As we know, polls show that a lot of Americans, a lot of Oklahomans have concerns, and they're not feeling so great about the economy right now. And he's actually underwater when it comes to, how Americans feel he's doing on that. So he really spent a lot of time trying to sort of do a reset there and make people understand that he is working for them, that some prices have come down. He talked about inflation having stabilized now under 3%, right now at about 2.4%. Gas prices having come down, that he's seen them under $2 in some places. And also just talking about, simple things like egg prices that had come down. So this is something that many in the delegation had hoped he would talk about, and he did. I asked Congresswoman Stephanie Bice about it last night after the speech. Here's what she had to say.
The big, beautiful bill is going to put money back in Oklahomans' pockets. We estimate it's anywhere from $6,000 to $9,000 that they're going to see in real returns. And so this tax season is, I think, going to highlight the benefits of the working families tax cut, formerly the big, beautiful bill, and they will see the proofs in the pudding.
Again, he spent quite a bit of time on that. Also, a lot of time on immigration and border security. Now, he didn't talk at all about the situation in Minnesota, the thing that so many Americans got upset about in the last month or so, and what's led to the current shutdown of the Department of Homeland Security, but spent a lot of time talking about the perils of allowing people to cross the border without documentation. Sure. And this was a big issue. He had a lot of people in the audience to help drive home this point. A 5-year-old Delilah Coleman, a girl who was hit by an 18-wheeler being driven by an immigrant who was not here legally. So, the president spent quite a bit of time. He called out Democrats for allowing this to happen. You heard in that soundbite montage there, at one point he called Democrats crazy. He said, "You're destroying this country." So in terms of this being a unifying speech, there wasn't a lot of that. There were certainly some very dark undertones to parts of the speech where he seemed to get quite angry. But this is stuff that his base likes. And the delegation was very supportive of the criticisms that he put out there last night.
Hey, Alex, we wanted to ask you about one note that seemed to bring everyone together was when the USA men's hockey team came into the chamber there. Can you talk a little bit about that?
That was one of the brighter moments of the entire evening. I can tell you all the media there were hoping that we would all get a glimpse of them. I was, just down the hall from the chamber. I didn't see all the USA hockey players go into the chamber, but that was quite a moment. You could hear the roars inside, and definitely did get support all through the chamber when the men's hockey team came in. What's interesting is that President Trump extended an invitation to them, but there's limited space in the chamber. And he apparently called up Speaker Mike Johnson and said, "Hey, I've got the members of the hockey team coming." And he said, "Well, it would have been nice if you asked me first because we have limited space. We don't have seats." So that's why you saw them just kind of walk down the aisles there and stand and not take seats. Yeah, it was a great moment, and people were very excited. So that was, one of the lasting images from last night. But President Trump, is setting a tone. The midterm elections coming up just over 8 months, and he's sort of laid out an agenda for Republicans to follow.
Alex, we appreciate you hopping on with us this morning. He didn't get to bed till 2 o'clock in the morning. You're such a great journalist. We always appreciate your insight, and we'll talk to you later throughout the day. Thank you, Alex.
Sounds good.
Have a good day, Alex.
Thank you.
All right, keep it here on News 9. We have more for you, including another update from Lacey on that forecast. It's next.
Hey, another check of traffic here at 6:58. We had a question in the chat about the allergy levels right now. Just want to update you that tree pollen is high right now. Those red cedars, there's a look from our downtown camera. Broadway extension looks great. The only problem area right now is going to be I-35 as you approach I-240. We have quite a bit of a slowdown there. So if you're coming into Oklahoma City for more from Norman, expect a few extra minutes in terms of a delay.
Well, Brooks and Dunn are coming to Oklahoma City. The country music superstar duo. Keep going. Will be at Paycom Center October 1st. It's their Neon Moon Tour with special guests Tucker Wetmore and Angie K. Tickets for that go on sale this Friday, 10 a.m. Again, Brooks and Dunn at Oklahoma City, October 1st.
It just puts a smile on your face.
There you go.
Right?
What's one of your favorite songs?
I love Red Dirt Road.
Yeah.
And of course, I mean,
Boot Scoot Boogie's always a good one, yeah.
My Maria.
My Maria, yes.
Oh, man. All right. How are we doing this morning?
I just love that they're
Hi,
so
Lacey.
unpredictable. They're so unpredictable. You think that they're done. This is their
No,
last
they're
farewell
not.
tour. No, they're not.
Yes.
They just keep coming on back. We love it. We've got warm temperatures today, weaker winds. Cold front hits tonight. It's very weak because tomorrow's still in the 70s. But it does give us a few showers, especially up north. Up to 80 Saturday. Stronger front for your weekend. And guys, finally rain back in the forecast.
Ooh. Gosh, we need it.
Monday looking good. I mean, we have been so dry.
One of the driest on record. Yeah, very dry.
Come on, rain.
Dusty Red Dirt roads.
Have a great day.